Yo, what is going on everyone? IG here, back with another video. Hopefully everyone's having a good day today. So today's video, we're going to get a little bit into game 6, Boston versus Warriors. Who's winning game 6? My pick is already out of the window. They smashed that last night. I had Boston winning in 6, which in reality, if you really think about it, between game 4 and game 5, Boston were in position to close it out, but Boston does Boston things. They're jacking up threes, a lot of ISO, lack of man movement, lack of ball movement, turnovers, and more turnovers between JT, Jaylen Brown, and Marcus Smart. I'm not the biggest Boston fan. Yes, I want them to win the series. Yes, I like JT and JB. But as a whole, that team, they need a point guard. They need a true point guard. Marcus Smart, yes, I know he transitioned from the 2 to the 1 to kind of control the offense more. It ain't working, man. It ain't working. So just right off the bat, free agency or next year, whatever the case may be, they need to look into finding someone that can kind of stabilize, control, calm down, get them into good sets, because as of right now they are playing sloppy basketball, and that's going to come back to bite them ultimately. I think Golden State, they're going to close it out. I think they're going to close it out. I don't think they're going to close out in 6. I do think Boston, they will put up enough fight and they'll win game 6, but I am not even confident in that pick. Because Steph had such a off night, and they still won by double digits. So you know he's gonna look to go off in game 6. You got Clay, aka game 6 Clay. You know what time it is when it gets to game 6, and Clay's involved in that. So you know what he brings to the table. So I do think that Boston will win game 6. Not entirely confident, but I do think that they will win game 6. But I do think once it gets to game 7, Golden State, they will close out Boston. Championship DNA, it is playing a factor. They're not being rattled, the poise, they're displaying all of that, and Golden State they're just withstanding Boston's runs. They've upped the intensity from a defensive standpoint as far as Golden State. You know, some of the things I talked about in my last video, you know, Boston did a better job showing on the pick and roll, being more aggressive with Steph, you know, blitzing it at times, not necessarily playing that, you know, terrible drop coverage that they were playing in their first couple of games. But, you know, at this point, pick your poison, right? They kind of contained Steph, but everyone else got off. Andrew Wiggins, last 2 games, don't sleep on him as far as the finals MVP. He's picked up his play. You know, Clay did Clay things. Draymond, you know, Draymond's Draymond. You can't really pencil him in. It's not like, you know, can't pencil him for 10 to 15 points. But he did enough. Played defense, kind of ran the offense somewhat, you know, pushed it when he could. Jordan Poole, that half-court shot before the 4th quarter was huge. It was a momentum killer that put Golden State up by 1. And then from there, they never looked back. So, overall, I think, you know, from a final standpoint, it's been a good series. I've enjoyed it. The games have been competitive, which is all you can ask for, especially at the beginning of the playoffs. Some games were blowouts and whatnot. So from a competitive edge, the games have been highly entertaining. I do have Boston again winning game 6. So I have Boston winning on Thursday. Book it. They're winning game 6, right? But ultimately, I do have Warriors closing it out in 7. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Golden State's going to win? Do you think Boston's going to rattle off the next 2 and close it out? You know, who do you see having a big game? Who do you see being a X factor in game 6 that's going to help either Boston come back and tie it and send it to game 7? Or who do you guys have as far as an X factor or someone that's going to play a big part in Golden State closing that thing out in Boston? Let me know your guys' thoughts, opinions down below. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications for more content like this going forward. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Have a good one. Peace.